Well, hey there folks, welcome back. This is Tip from the Stupid Gardener. Well, I'm just checking all the temperatures on our compost bins, and I tell you what, they're doing great. The wooden pallet bins that I have over there, they're up over 130 degrees, really breaking down. It seems every week they're getting lower and lower. I've been turning them and just adding things to the top and throwing stuff on the bottom, and they're doing great. And the other compost bins are doing great too. They're up over 100 degrees, and that's the deformer as well as the Fiskars. But on today's video, I just wanted to go over our Vivosun Compost Tumbler. This is one of the compost bins that I really wanted to try just to see how it worked. And we'll go over the pros and cons on that. But I'll tell you what, beautiful day here in North Carolina. We're in zone 7B. We're almost into May. And I tell you what, the weather is just beautiful today. Got a bunch of rain yesterday, and everything is just popping up green today. So great day. We're looking forward to really getting into our garden and really getting going. And these compost bins are a vital source of our soil that we use to grow everything here in our backyard. So hang tight, and we will go over the Vivosun Tumbler. Okay, like I said, this is our Vivosun Tumbler. I got this off of Amazon, and so far it's doing a pretty good job. I was a little concerned first. But it is really heating up. It was a little bit under 120 degrees this morning, so that's not bad considering we got that rain yesterday that was pelting down on this. And I really think when the summer comes, this thing's going to be well up over 130, 140 degrees, probably more than that, and really going to be breaking down. I've really been concentrating on putting a lot of kitchen scraps in here, more than my other bins, because I really want to see if this thing's really going to break down. And so far, so good. It's really doing a great job. And that's not bad, because I was just putting leaves and a whole bunch of, some grass clippings and things like that. I put a lot of shredded paper in here, and it doesn't take long for that paper to break down. So now the one thing I've been having with this is it's very difficult to keep full. You can see we're down probably 6-7 inches, and I'm putting stuff in here all the time, and I fill it up to the top at least once a week. And it breaking down fast. And good thing about this, you just close these things up here, and when you want to turn this, you just grab it and tumble it around, and it really does a great job. Nice and easy. So I mean, if you're an older person and you don't want to use a pitchfork or anything to be turning your compost, this would be perfect, to have on your patio or something like that. Now, the one drawback that I see on this is when this is ready to be screened off, there's not really a big opening on this, so I'm going to have to, take it out by hand to screen it off. So that's going to take a little while, but I really think things are going to break down on this rather quickly. So far so good on this. And we'll just go over the pros and cons that I found on this. And we'll check back in on this in a couple of months maybe, and I'll be screening something off. Okay, so pros and cons on this, but before I do that, if you do have compost bins and you really want to check your compost bin and see how it's doing, you've got to get a thermometer. You get these right off Amazon, and this will tell you, how much heat you have in that compost bin and when you need to turn it and everything. And you really want to get your compost bin up over 130 degrees and up, because that'll really spark it and get it breaking down. So you always want to be checking this. I check them like once a week, and if I feel it needs to be turned, if the temperature's low, I'll turn it and add some stuff to it, and that really keeps it going. So, but they're cheap on Amazon. That's one thing you probably want to grab if you have a compost bin. Now, pros and cons on this. Stuff is breaking down. It's doing a great job, and I really like it. But we'll see in the summertime what that temperature gets up to, because you really want to, like I said, get this your compost bin up over 130, 135 degrees and up to really get it to breaking down. Good thing about this, you can, when you want to turn it, you just come out and tumble it. Every time I walk by it, I'll tumble it. Just keep it turning, because that's really going to help it break down and everything like that. The cons on this, it's off the ground, as you can see, so you're not going to get the earthworms are not going to come up from the bottom and get in there and start breaking it down. You can put worms in there, but I don't know about the heat and how hot it's going to get. I threw a couple worms in there. I don't know if they're still in there. I haven't seen them, so they may have died off. It may have gotten too hot. I don't know. But that's one thing there. Haven't had too many flies get in there or anything like that. The only problem that I had was with ants. It came out a couple of weeks ago, and the whole top was just full of ants. It got kind of dry. So that's one thing you want to watch for. But what I did, I have some cornmeal mix that I threw in there, and they said the cornmeal mix will kill the ants. They can't digest it, so they'll die off. And another thing, you want to make sure that you have enough moisture in here, and I think that's why the worms got in there, because I had some dry spots on the top there. And so you just want to watch that, but that cornmeal mix should work for you. But the main thing is just feeding it. You got to feed that compost. Put your browns in there, your leaves, your greens, weeds you're pulling from the garden, your grass clippings, keep it filled up. And like I said, I've been filling this thing to the top, and it's been, it's down about 6-7 inches now. So I will fill it up, this afternoon before I go in, and we'll give it a tumble, and it'll break down. So it's important to keep checking your compost, make sure they're filled up, because the more mass you have, the more it's going to break down, and keep turning it. Now, one thing that I put a lot in there is coffee grounds. I put a whole lot of coffee grounds in there because we drink a lot of coffee. So these coffee grounds are great to put in there. Even put the filters in, because they will break down too. And all these coffee grounds here came off these K-cups, or these Keurig cups. Don't throw these away. These are just going to go to a landfill somewhere. So I just take a knife and I cut the top off, and I cut out the filter, and I just, dump them in a bowl like this with all our other kitchen scraps, and throw it in there. And then you can take these and put them in your recycling bin, and they'll get recycled. But these are just going to end up in a landfill somewhere, and you don't want to do that. You want to use everything that you're using in your kitchen and get it into your compost bin, or get out into your yard. You can take these coffee grounds too, just throw them on your lawn. It's a great fertilizer. It's great to get on your lawn. So just remember that. Don't throw any of your kitchen scraps away. Get them out into your compost bin. So we will follow up with this Vivosun probably in another month or so, and we'll see how it's breaking down, and we'll screen, start screening some off, and just see what that soil looks like. One thing I'd love to test on this would be, and I'm thinking of doing this because I've seen another YouTube video that this guy, I think he's from Self-Sufficient Me. He's down in Australia. I think his name is Mark. I watch a lot of his videos. He had a compost tumbler like this, and he just put shredded paper in there, just loaded up with shredded paper, and then he just put in kitchen scraps and kept turning it and turning it. And I tell you what, it broke down to great soil. So I think that's something I may try, maybe into the summer when I go ahead and I empty this out. So stay tuned for that, and we'll give that a whirl. But anyways, I got a lot of work here to do. I don't want to waste this beautiful day, but I want to thank everyone for watching. Now, if you're not a subscriber, stop what you're doing, hit that subscribe button, and just follow along with us throughout the whole summer. We've got some great videos coming up on, our garden that we have planted, as well as our strawberries, our ever-bearing strawberries, and our rabbit-eyed blueberries, which are starting to come in, and our wildflowers. I'm going to get out here this afternoon and pick a nice bouquet of flowers for my old sweet pea wife inside there. And just follow along, for the summer, and watch what we do here. And we're also on Instagram. It's the.stupid.gardener. Follow along. I got some nice pictures up there of all our wildflowers that we have growing, and pictures of the garden and different things like that. So follow along. So I guess I will sign off from here. Stay tuned for the next one. And this is Tip from The Stupid Gardener. Everyone take care. God bless everybody. Don't forget to subscribe.